Okay, so we just talked about baby BTS.
Yes.
And now we want to talk about, I guess, one of the things that I think we were talking about when we were talking about New York was
Yes.
that most of the groups out there are rookie groups.
Yes.
But in LA, we don't think that's the right approach.
No, I think there will be another riot if it's all rookie groups. Mainly because a lot of people in LA are not actually new K-pop fans. So they're coming with, like years of listening, years of supporting like Choice Music and Music Plaza, years of, knowing some of the, like 90s groups and things like that. So if they were to make it, 85% rookies, it will be hard unless it's like all big names. But New York ended up getting a lot of those big names.
Right.
And normally KCON, New York and LA, they want to make them a little different. So we'll get maybe one or two artists that are at New York.
Which we talked about, so T by T is definitely going to be at New York.
Exactly.
We think is going to be in New York.
I think they're going to be at LA too, but they're definitely going to be in New York. So it's just like last year, KCON LA had Newest W. And we also had 101, which was another thing that happened at New York. They also had 101, but Newest W was missing a member, but that member was in 101. So now, since Newest is back, they sent them to New York this year. They're not going to be at KCON LA this year. That would be another shocker too, because it's like, well, we just had them.
Right.
Let someone else have the opportunity, which is really what KCON is really about, is letting
spread out
other groups get some.
Except that this year they're running short of some of the big names because everybody is touring. So
exactly.
I dropped my pen.
Exactly. So like, we're not going to see BTS. We're not going to see Monsta X, even though they will be there literally days before. At the Staples Center. Monsta X is not going to be there.
We're not going to see Twice.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Twice either. It will be hard to get GOT7.
Astro was another one I was looking forward to, but I don't think they'll be there either.
I don't think they'll be there either. I think though, one of their friend groups though, another group that's on their label, will be there. The Weki Meki Girls.
Weki Meki.
Yes.
I love the name. Weki Meki.
Yes. It's very, yes. And they've had some interesting songs. I know, right? They've actually had some interesting songs, though, like, I'm not personally a fan of theirs. They're not one of my favorite girl groups, but so I've seen their stuff. They're pretty good. But I know their agency is dealing with a lot of issues right now. That have nothing to do with the girls or even any of the artists. It's really more of the actual
Fantagio is there.
Yeah. So I mean, they just deal with a lot of stuff, and a lot of fans were worried because they're like, okay, what's gonna happen to Astro? What's gonna happen to Weki Meki? What's gonna happen to Sokandru? Like, what's gonna happen to all of these people who are on the label? So they're kind of like iffy, but the reason why I still think they will come is because their comeback, even with all of this mess,
did really well.
Like, I mean, 6 mil when you're like Pentagon, unfortunately, because of all the stuff that happened with Cube Entertainment, their comeback suffered.
Yeah.
Very much so. Like, their sales were just down, and it really didn't have anything to do with, like, at least from my perspective, it didn't have a lot to do with the actual like Hyuna Hyojung thing. It had more to do with how Cube handled it. And then to have Pentagon come back out after saying that, Hyojung is no longer a part of Cube. People the fandom was split. Like, they were like, how do we deal with, supporting our boys, but then, we're missing one.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they really suffered because of that. Yeah. So since it's not with the actual group, I think they're still getting the views that they kind of need.
And their song for the last music video, Picky Picky,
yes,
was really
it was
cute.
good. Yeah,
it was really cute.
It was
really nice.
Exactly,
it's summery. It's got that light feel about it. It's what a new girl group should have in a way. Like, well, they're not new. I know they're not new.
They're new to you.
They're new to me. But I mean, they're technically a rookie group, right?
No, actually, they've been out for a few years. they're kind of like just made the mark to a kind of like Sunday group. But still to having to deal with, you know, a CEO going like not being a part of it and probably losing some of the like finances that you would need to actually, you know, tour and things like that.
Yeah.
They did well on YouTube. They did well performing places. So I think the fandom is still there. And if they were to come, I think it'd be pretty like I think it'd be really good for them because I think they get more fans. And definitely, I know their audience engagement would be pretty packed. So
it's really sad. I mean, what we were talking about before, we were kidding, but we're half kidding also that something is always self-destructing in K-pop land.
Something is always.
I mean, this is an example of mismanagement really affecting good talent. You know, in the futures of these very bright young people.
Exactly.
I mean, this is not the only group that we'll talk about that could be affected. There are a couple of other groups that are coming that we think will come. Or it's our fantasy lineup.
Yes.
Right?
It's our fantasy
lineup for KCON LA.
Yes. And based on, things that I've seen at KCON, kind of the trends that I've seen even within K-pop Landia recently. And then of course 2019 is just a big year because there's so many new groups that have come out. So, I mean, we can't really keep up with all of them, but KCON is the place, for that.
And again, I think we've talked about this in another video, which we'll post later, is that we feel the increase in groups. We apologize. Somebody's
doing something
right outside the door. And if there is noise, please ignore. I hope our voices are loud enough. But one of the reasons I think we are seeing an influx of many of the rookie groups is because many of the older Sunday groups are going to go into the military.
Yes, especially with boy groups.
Yes,
so it's just, and that's actually, it's sad what's happened with the girl groups. Many of the girl groups have disbanded.
Right.
So like right now without debut girl groups, we've got like Red Velvet, EXID, we've got, oh my goodness, we've got, kind of, they're now some big group like Weki Meki and things like that.
Right.
But Momoland twice. But we have them, but there's not as much, like Blackpink and things like that. But it's because a lot of the older girl groups have disbanded or have gone on hiatus.
Yeah, for other reasons. So, again, I think we believe it's because of mismanagement and not giving them enough of a long run.
Yeah.
I think if they had enough of a run with,
Yeah, like what was Summer without Sistar just doesn't feel right. Like it feels empty kind of. But yeah, so it's really, that on that part with the girl groups is definitely more like mismanagement, I think. Or maybe just the girls got older and they weren't allowed to. Again, that's actually still mismanagement.
That's mismanagement.
Yeah, I was like, that's still mismanagement.
You reach different audiences. And
exactly.
You help them grow into different audiences because the audience you're attracting when you're 17,
right,
16
should be different. The audience
should be different than the audience you're attracting when you're 25, 27.
Exactly.
And so on. But
exactly.
Yeah, that's for another day. But Weki Meki was one of the groups on our list. The next one that we have is, I'm going to mess this up.
Think of it.
Is it banded?
Yes, they are still banded. Yes,
it's banded, but it's BVNDIT.
Yes. Again, this is a rookie girl group, so I don't really know them. I did watch one of their videos, their debut video, and I mean the video looked nice. They sounded great. I haven't watched them yet. But and I've heard lots of people talking about them. Like even when I looked at some of the stuff on KCON USA, because normally KCON comes out with like, who do you want to see at KCON?
Yeah,
so they always do that. Because I think that's actually how we got Crush and Dynamic Duo last year, because there were so many people who were like, we need Crush, we need Ailey, we need them. And it worked. So I saw a lot of people actually asking for them. And as them being like, with them being a rookie group and then not being at KCON New York, I was like, they'll probably bring them to LA. They also seem to fit like the style of LA too. I noticed that LA gets a lot more, we get a lot more
edgy.
Yeah, we get a lot more edgy. Yeah, edgier groups. We get less of the like band groups, which is sad because I love Day6. I love Seeing Blue. Like, can we have more of them? I love In-Flying. Like, if they were to bring
You love
In-Flying,
all of them.
I do love a lot of groups. This is why I'm multi-fandom, and it won't, you can't change me. I don't care. And I support all of them. Like, I really do, guys. But, you know, we tend to get the edgier groups. We tend to get more hip hop. We tend to get, you know, things like that, which is interesting.
Which makes more sense, though. Well, no, but hip hop doesn't. I mean, hip hop with the New York underground.
Right. I was like, New York is where, you know, hip hop kind of started. So it's very interesting that they don't have more. Well, this year they have a lot. Because a lot of the rookie groups actually have a very deep bass, hip hop sound. But, you know, it was, we tend to get those groups. LA tends to get those groups. So I feel like they would be a good, you know, girl group to bring here.
Their agency doesn't sound familiar to me.
No, they come from a smaller agency. But, I mean, with what has happened with BTS and also what has happened with Monsta X.
Right.
Neither one of them are from, you know, the big three or even the big four. Well, Big Hit is now considered one of the big three, basically because of BTS.
Yeah.
But before, you know, they weren't. It's not, you know, it wasn't a large company. Yeah. They were pretty much the only group.
Yeah.
So now I'm seeing, even with what's happened with like Produce 101 and Newest, now we're seeing, you know, more people who kind of, they almost didn't have a chance before, but because of the popularity that came from having that smaller like group around,
right?
Now I see more like smaller entertainment companies are getting you know, groups that are getting very popular,
and this is going back to the mismanagement. I think as the agencies grow bigger, there are more chances of scandal and corruption and mismanagement and, you know, power plays that I think smaller agencies are able to kind of not get into. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, it did happen with Madtown, which unfortunately I miss Madtown. Oh my gosh, I miss them. But it's less likely for it to happen there because it could end up like Madtown's entertainment company where like you don't have a lot of money to be like, you know, hey, I'm just gonna, you know, fraud this not think you're you know, not gonna get caught or anything. So I think it's just, and it's more the actual success of the company really depends on the success of the groups. So the smaller companies, they're definitely,
I think they're more invested in a way to make the, I don't know if invested, I mean, everybody's invested, but it feels like when you're small and scrappy, just like a startup. You
can't have a group and like you can't have a group fail without it really significantly hurting the entire company.
But good luck to Bandit. I do like the name now that I think about it.
So I was like, it's actually kind of cool.
I love edgy names like that. Let's skip the next one and maybe go to one of the boy groups you have on there.
Oh, VAV?
Yep.
VAV?
VAV.
Okay, so
VAV is VAV, right? It's not like...
I think it's VAV, but I'm pretty sure it stands for something. So they're new to me, even though they're not a new group. They're actually new to a lot of people because they just got like this recent resurgence of popularity. I don't think people even knew them when they came out.
So they debuted in October 2015.
Yes, so which was weird because that was the same year Monsta X 17. We had actually a lot of groups come out during that year, but I never heard of them. And then their Senorita came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, who are these people? Like, what is going on?
Well, I like the second one.
Thriller Killer, was that it? Yes. That was... So when I watched their videos, I got like a very deep VIX vibe, and I don't mean that in the music is a little similar, like in the sound of it. Like they're going for less of a poppy type song. It's more like a kind of like funk or maybe like an R&B, but still kind of still kind of upbeat.
Right.
But they're doing lots of edgy things and lots of like concepts. So that's why I thought of VIX a lot when I saw them. So I am labeling them now concept princes. They're not concept kings yet, like VIX, because VIX was like concept after concept after concept that no one else had ever done.
We'll have to see what VAV does.
Yes.
But for her, I mean, the sounds attract her more. For me, the music videos and what they look like and feel like, I get attracted to them first. I mean, this is for any kind of music video. So Thriller Killer is killer. Amazing concepts, amazing whoever the creative direction is. The concept is just killer. So, I think that, and along with, what you were talking about, their unique sound that goes along with that concept.
Yeah.
But I do like that concept princes.
Yes, I am declaring them right now.
Crown you
concept princes.
Concept princes.
You have potential. You have lots of potential, and I'm waiting to see what your next music video will be. Your next comeback. You have found a new fan. I'm so sad that I missed the opportunity to come to your showcase or your fan meet. Actually, your fan meet in LA. I actually had to do something that weekend, which was crazy. But oh my goodness, like I'm looking forward to what you guys will do in the future.
I'm never going to be at any fan meet. Let me just state that out here. I just feel so out of place. So out of place.
That's her. I don't care.
She doesn't care. I'll feel out of place.
Well, it depends. I couldn't go to the BTS concert because that was just way too many people for me. Even though it was open, kind of, but I was like, that's still way too many people. I can't do that. Yeah. No. But yeah. So looking forward to you.
Yeah. Good luck.
BAB.
I mean, we are really looking forward to seeing what you do, and we really think they are coming to KCON LA. So and if they're not, then KCON LA people, whoever organizers,
you missed out.
Fix it.
You missed out. Bring them, please. Okay. They will be great.
Okay, the next one I want to jump to is one of the headliners, Stray Kids.
Yes, Stray Kids. So the reason why I'm putting them on here, and also as a headliner, well, number one, they have to be a headliner. Like they can't.
Wait, are they in New York?
No, they're not
in New York.
But they did go to New York, I believe, last year. Okay. Or the year before. No, it was last year because I think they debuted last year.
Okay.
But Stray Kids. Oh my gosh, I missed their concert here too. I missed so many concerts this year. I'm sorry.
I mean, you can't go to all of them.
I can't, right? Like
there are so many of them.
I can't. I mean,
it's a full-time job now to go to these concerts.
It really is. So. And unless someone wants to like support me to hear me scream very random things that get me laughed at because they make people laugh, I can't go to every concert, but I do support you. Stray Kids, I've been actually wanting to see them perform for a long time. And I'm putting them on here because one, when I, paid attention to a lot of things that were going into what people were asking for KCON, I saw their name pop up so many times. And then I even recently watched like part of their teaser video for their comeback. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, okay, JYP, I have no idea what you're doing.
You're doing it
but you're doing it well. You're doing it very well. Because I honestly thought for a long time that Stray Kids was going to have to compete with GOT7 and 2PM. And I was just like, okay, that's not going to work, especially with a big group like Stray Kids. I was like, oh my gosh, it's not going to work. They don't remind me anywhere of GOT7 or 2PM, and I love it.
That is so hard to achieve though, because we were watching some of the videos and we would go like, they feel like VIX. So they dance like Monster X. So like, oh my God, they look like BTS. And it's very hard with so many groups to be able to create a unique look, feel, and sound. So kudos to that.
Yes. Sure. So they were at KCON New York. We need them at KCON LA. We do, at least once, before they get too insanely popular. Yeah, exactly. And you can't even fit them inside the Staples Center with, 10 other groups. But yes, love Stray Kids. Bring them, please. Cool. Thank you.
So then we'll jump to another headliner, this time a girl group.
Yes.
A JYP girl group.
Yes.
ITZY.
Okay, so of the rookie groups that have come out so far, and of the rookie girl groups, I guess I must be secretly just a JYP stan because actually majority of my
what? How is it a secret?
I mean, literally, even some of my solo artists like Park Jimin, like I don't know, JYP has this mind that might just be like mine when it comes to like how you do music. There have been some things I've questioned before, but still, like the way it goes with ITZY.
It's fun. Yes. It's really good.
That is exactly how you debut another girl group when you've got someone as big as Twice. When you had Wonder Girls. Yeah. When you had,
And they are as big as Twice was
right.
at about the same time, right? So
yes, like for you to be a debut group and to come out and be like their video right now for Dala Dala, I think it's at 126 mil.
Oh, 27? And
Twice is Fancy, which only came out just it came out recently too, was 126.
Yeah, so it's very similar. And
for them to be like
Twice
that
is an established group compared to them.
Exactly.
So we think Itzy's doing
and
really well.
on top of that, they don't remind me of any other groups on JYPE's roster.
And they're one of those girl groups that's edgy, which is why we like them. I mean, nothing again wrong with the younger girl groups coming out who need to have a certain image.
Or even having the cutesy concept like Yoja Chingu sometimes.
It's fine. But they have that hardcore, I don't know, they feel more confident in themselves.
Right.
And their sound, their look, their feel is a little bit on the edgier side.
Yes.
They're exploring, I think, different concepts. They're able to explore different concepts. So I think we are excited about ITZY, and we think they are definitely going to come to LA.
Yes.
Yeah. Probability is really high.
It's very high because they're not at KCON New York.
Yeah.
And they are a rookie group.
Yeah.
And KCON is pretty much focusing on rookie groups. So I'm very much positive that ITZY will be one of the headliners for KCON LA this year.
Cool. Okay. So we'll take another break and we'll be right back
with more KCON.
More KCON.